want to talk about actually lowering the cost of living for people in this country, my plan does just that by strengthening the capacity of our economy.
We're back, gang. This is the 3 o'clock version of the Doggy Traders. We're listening to President Biden talk about
Here's something else we can do.
initially debt forgiveness, but he's really articulating a
Thanks to
bunch of
extreme
reasons
weather events
why, to
that we're
include
seeing
things
all
like
around us,
$40 billion of income that
we can do better.
CEOs
We know we can.
received over the past year
And
with
just in
no
the past
tax
few
paid
weeks, and
on
there's
it.
more to come,
The top
I've seen
1% has
estimates that
$160 billion of
families
taxes that are
rates
owed
got up to
that they're supposed to be paying and
179
aren't,
miles an hour.
and more than
Debt
$2 trillion
for
tax
flooded
cut by
power,
Republicans that was not
drained
paid for,
water
among
from
some other highlights. Let's
drainage
get back to the
barriers.
president.
More than 5 million acres of our lands and communities have burned to the ground in wildfires just this year alone. That's more than the size of the entire state of New Jersey burned to the ground. When I was out in California, I flew over some of these areas. In addition, there's a severe drought in the West and the Midwest. There's a blinking code red out there for the nation. We can't wait to act. Extreme weather just last year cost the American public $99 billion in damage. $99 billion in damage last year. And unfortunately, we're likely to break that record this year. And the evidence is overwhelming that every dollar we invest in resilience saves $6 down the road when the next fire doesn't spread as widely or the power station holds up against a storm. We need to rebuild with resilience in mind. So roads are built higher, levees are built more, made more stronger. Transmission lines are better protected, and so much more. You know, I hope we're past debating climate change in this country. Now we have to act, and we have to act fast. And my plan does that. Let me end with this. This pandemic has been god awful for so many reasons. The lost lives, as I said, over 660,000, the jobs, the businesses lost, the lost time in school for our kids. But it does present us with an opportunity. We can build an economy that gives working people a fair shot this time. We can restore some sanity and fairness to our tax code. We can make the investments that we know are long overdue in this nation. That's exactly what my bipartisan infrastructure plan does. I should say our bipartisan infrastructure plan does. Investments in roads, bridges, highways, clean water in every home and every school, universal broadband, quality, affordable places for families to live. And we can invest in our people, giving our families a little help with their toughest expenses like daycare, childcare, elder care, prescription drugs, healthcare, preparing our young people to compete against any country in the world with preschool and community college. We can confront this crisis of extreme weather and climate change and not only protect our communities, but create new opportunities, new industries, and new jobs. In short, this is an opportunity to be the nation we know we can be. A nation where all of us, not just those at the top, are getting to share the benefits of a growing economy in the years ahead. Let's not squander this moment trying to preserve an economy that hasn't worked too well for Americans for a long time. Let's not look backward, just trying to rebuild what we had. Let's look forward together as one America, not to build back, but to build back better. Thank you all very much. God bless you all. May God protect our troops. Thank you.
Okay. Just found out I was muted the whole time. In other news, that was it. Now, I'll recap what the president said. $40 billion of income of CEOs where there were no taxes paid on it. The top 1% owes more than $160 billion of taxes that are actually owed income taxes. That's more than just CEOs. That's just the top 1% of the earners. And then $2 trillion tax cut done by Republicans that was not paid for. And that was pretty much legitimizing the reason why we need the $10,000 per student forgiveness that basically gets a lot of people started. Look, I'm for it. I'm against it. I'm kind of a little of both. I had some really cool jobs through my time that allowed me to pay for college pretty much by the time I was 27 or 28. My college debts were gone. But it was a different time 30 years ago. It's not, and even in 2007, 2008, when I was with Hillary Clinton, she was even saying then, and we're 15 years ago, she was saying that college is too expensive then, that some of the bills she's hearing about from college students are basically putting their entire tuition on a credit card because that's the percentage that they're paying on the loans. That's 15, 18%. Was it that high? Some of them actually were. I've heard stories where the interest was more than the principal. That's how expensive college got. So yeah, definitely something has to happen. I'm not. I liked the fact that it wasn't a full 100% forgiveness. It's still going to allow students to learn personal finance and money management, and that's what helped me. That's why I'm living and working in a house. Retired from one job. I got a son back there. Let's see, get out of the way. There he is. Homeschooled. Right now, working on a career at all of 17 years old and becoming a professional gamer. That's his job, is to play video games all day. Once we get his school curriculum put together, there's going to be that too. But I mean, for the rest of his life, he's looking at something solid. But so many people have a real job where they're not, making, I talked to a friend of mine. I'm actually surprised he's not commenting today, wanting to take this new job at about $35 an hour. And that's a lot of money for him. That was about half what I made in the Secret Service. So, it's not, and I have to go back and find it again. We'll circle back on Friday with it. It was with regards to 400,000 is what, if you made $400,000 or less, you are not going to have any of the new taxes and higher taxes. And so $400,000, that's about 3 times what I'm making, and I'm making bank. We can do this. We can bring college down, the cost of college down, and make it worth something. Even when I went to college 30 years ago, my college professor said that my 4-year degree was going to earn me the right to flip burgers at McDonald's. What am I paying all that money for to go get a job that's nowhere near $35 an hour? So, and that was as a history major and political scientist. But and I knew that I was going to have to get a master's at least and a doctorate after that if I was going to teach college. But that turns out to be really any degree doing just that, or needing just that, at least a master's to make serious money. So now, what are we paying so much for when you can't use it? I've heard Elon Musk say it. I've heard back in the day Steve Jobs say it. Bill Gates, both of them dropped out of college, as you probably know. And most recently, Gary Vaynerchuk. You don't even need college for so many of the jobs that are out there. I saw in Gary's case, Gary V, I saw him. He was at a live event with a live audience, and This mom was there with her son, and basically she wanted him to talk the son into going to college. And she asked the general content of the question was the importance of going to college. And excuse my language, but he turned to the mom and said, "Are you paying for it?" And she proudly said, "Yes, she was." And then he turned to the kid and said, "Then you fucking go. Go party for 4 years because that's all it's going to be worth." So what are we paying for when you can't do anything with it? Hit me back with any comments, emails. Let's put the email up so you can get me there. I think it's a banner. Still learning this. Give me, yeah, there we go. Take the scroll off. Just put it on the screen. Show, not that one. There we go. That's me, Yergs at yergergroup.com. We're the Doggy Traders. Let's do this now. The overlay. I got to take that off. Yergs at yergergroup.com. That's Yergs with a Z at yergergroup.com. You can find us. There's my name still down the bottom. You can find us anywhere you want to be on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We're now also on TikTok and LinkedIn. This actually was broadcast for the second time this week on LinkedIn. We're working on getting the actual Doggy Traders page on LinkedIn. So definitely, please do this as well. Where are we at? There's that one. Like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on the notifications so you know when we're going to live, especially the special show that we did today at 2 or 2:10 with the president's message. But like, share, definitely share. Let's develop this community. We're doing this for you. I could be out riding. Well, I can't ride the ski right now. It's in the shop, but I could be doing other things and listening to the thunder. But let's develop this community. Let's share what we're learning and have a discussion. Continue that. We'll do that on Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. We will see you then. Thanks, everybody.